Hi, this is Shadi. I hope all of you had good holidays and I wish you all a happy new year. May you accomplish all your grappling goals and your life goals in general. So, today, what I want to talk about is the following. I'm not talking about you only have to be good at the katame waza and neglect everything else. No, I'm talking about a particular philosophy where you go through everything that is tailored for the katame waza. So everything you do from gripping and throwing is for you to get down to the ground and finish it there, even at the highest level. But before, please look at this. This is Mukai Sensei from the Kodokan. He is the director of the library over there at Tokyo. So he has read my book and decided to accept it as a donation for the collection. So I couldn't be more proud and happy. Of course, I have to thank my good friend Kotaro Sasaki next to him for not only making sure this happens, but also being a very good friend and proofreading before even publishing. So if you haven't gotten a copy of my book, it's below. So today I want to talk about Shori Hamada's Judo. So when she was asked to film her specialty, she filmed this turnover that she does. And as you will see, whatever happens, whatever situation she is in, here, for example, in the gripping, she finds herself in this and immediately finishes the fight in seconds. So attacking, as Roddy Ferguson says, doesn't mean necessarily throwing. It can be snapping someone down. So you kind of have to have good gripping if you want to get to newaza. And here she also has good defense. It's not just that she trains on the ground. Also here from Turtle, very similar to Sakuraba, finds the submission, attacks, and finishes. Now, what's very impressive is her Olympic performance. Here she is, finding herself in guard at 31 years of age. For Japan, that's very old here, a flying knee cut, and then gets the pin, but then later on she finishes with the same ude garami and then turns over and then gets the win. Very impressive. So either they're attacking or she's attacking, she's defending, she also gets the same turnover here. This is a very special throw. So let's take a look at it. So from double lapel, gets a circular throw or tomoe nage. Now let me tell you why this is very special. For me, I love to see when throws from the nage no kata are being applied at the highest level. And you all know there's many ways of doing the same throw, but this one here where you go on the same line and with double lapel like this is almost unheard of. Even Kashiwazaki says, this is impractical, but the fact that Shori made it work at the Olympic stage is nothing short of amazing. And here you can see that it definitely works. You just have to really, of course, practice it. But we're busy with Yoko Tomoenage and others. And here from it, she tries to get the Obitori Gaishi and, of course, little Ashiwaza to help her into maybe troubleshooting. And here from Niju Garami, same thing. Now, let's take a look at Kashiwazaki and how he deals with this particular position. So a lot of people, what they do is they push everything away and try to free their leg. That's actually not very functional, and it's not very easy, because as you're pushing away the legs, the ability for them to squeeze together and scissor your own ankle gets much stronger. So what you need to do is grab the pants, pull at the knee level, while the other one, the leg that's below, kicks the lower leg of your opponent away, because when their legs are closer to their chest, they actually cannot close as efficiently. So while the top here, you get an ude garami grip, but then what you do is tie up the arm with the skirt exactly how she did it, and then you proceed to free your leg. So everything she does is by design. In case this doesn't work, she has other plans for it. and everything is made in order for her to get to that position. So here, for example, a failed Sutemi finds herself in close guard, and this is how it is in Judo, and then from there she gets the Obitori Gaishi from close guard. So she can find that position from anywhere she wants. Here, for example, she even gets thrown, and from there she finds herself in guard as a backup position, and then balloon sweep, as they call it in Jiu-Jitsu, and then attacks the arm. So very similar to what Randy Ferguson says, that the Newaza is the ultimate priority, but for me, my opinion is that it is one of the endless expressions of Judo. So you can be an Uchimata artist like Maruyama or Inoue, or you can be someone like Kashiwazaki, Hamada, Tsunoda, where everything is tailored towards the ground, and you're linking it with good sacrificing throws. But Hamada is far more Newaza oriented than someone like Tsunoda, because Tsunoda and Kashiwazaki were great throwing masters. While she has good throws, like here, she was not really focused. It was not the priority. So, and that's the thing. You can have your Tokuiwaza as something like an arm lock. It doesn't have to be always a throw. Yes, I know the rules are oriented towards throwing, but here, if let's say you are good in Sutemi, you can also use it as a bait to get immediately into your arm lock. So here Kashiwazaki explains an arm lock from right versus left, or here the same stance where you can fake a sacrificing throw that can get you immediately into an arm lock. It doesn't have to be a flying armbar. This one will suffice. So we all know that Kimura and all the old masters were great at the ground, but we all know their devastating force when it comes to throwing. So Kimura and his devastating Sotogari still, for example, here he would be doing things like this. So for example, a defense against a single leg where he lowers his center of gravity, grabs the arm, and then ties it up, and from it switches into a Sumigaishi, so he can go to the ground and finish it. So Sumigaishi or Hikikomi Gaishi, they're very interesting because you can find yourself in half guard, and from half guard, or your opponent's half guard, you can actually tie them up even more, and then from there you can control them. So everything is by a design. Or for example, let's say your Sutemi fails, always be ready to turn over or get an arm lock. So it's all a sequence. It's not just to the intention shouldn't be solely to get them to the ground or to throw them. It can be both. So go for a throw properly as you should, and from it be ready to engage in controlling. So it's a bit different than something like Abe siblings or Inoue or the Georgians or Russians. And it's, as you saw, in any situation, whether she's attacking, she's defending, or failed attack, she always finds that position where her opponent is on all fours and she's ready to turn them over. So it's a very interesting philosophy. And as you get older, and as she's 35 now, and in Tokyo she was 31, so it's a very efficient philosophy if you want to apply the principle of what was it, Seiryoku Zenyu, so the maximum efficiency of Judo. And one of them is of course being Katame Waza, because you're not going to be gripping people and throwing them all the time, especially as you age, although you can, but your best shot, especially against here at the highest level, very strong athletes, the best way to go about it, especially if you're aging, is to control them with good Katame Waza. So if you have anything to add, let me know down below. Check out the links below. This was Shadi. Thank you for listening.